Greetings family, Sista Shanice here. As you can see, I am still in the Gambia. And I'm just coming to you live and direct from Gambia House. Last Sunday, I had the privilege of being invited to join Sister Juliette from Bla-xit to speak to reporters about the journey that we as the diaspora have had coming back home to Mama Africa. And it was particularly important that we had this discussion within the context of the proposals that are being made within the constitution here in the Gambia. So keep it locked, take a listen to my message to the Gambians, and a lot of what I had to say is also relevant to most of Africa as well. So, Sister Shanice here, take a listen. You all right? Greetings, Gambian family. My name is Sister Shanice, and first and foremost, I am an African. Prior to any religion, prior to where I happen to be born, prior to any ethnic group or any nationality, first and foremost, I am an African. We are Africans first and foremost, wherever we may be in the world. And I'd like to thank all of my Gambian brothers and sisters for welcoming me back home. And I have had a very warm welcome from brothers and sisters here. I'm a presenter on a radio station called Galaxy Afiwi, the only de-brainwashing station. Galaxy Afiwi has been running for over 30 years, and it is an African-centered radio station based in the UK. And I have had the privilege of knowing Sister Juliette for decades, at least a decade. Sister Juliette, I can vouch for her, has been a staunch supporter and campaigner for all matters African for the longest. And it's her spirit, you know, that brings us all together here today. And I've also want to say that I'm representing the thousands of Galaxy family listeners who have for decades now been listening to our radio station, calling on them to come back home to Mama Africa. And so it is very concerning that you know, now that our brothers and sisters are making the call, making the return from the UK and from America and the diaspora, that there is this draft proposal within the Constitution that potentially seems to damage the works that we have been doing for decades. Now, I've been getting a lot of calls from members in our community in the UK who have land here, who have built schools here, who have been building clinics here, who have been doing works here, and actually have plans to return here. People who have land here, yeah, but may not be here right now. They have been calling and they have been expressing their concerns about the draft proposals within the Constitution. We have been reassuring them, based on the works of Sister Juliette, that, you know, the proposal will be looked at, you know, sympathetically towards those of us who are returning. We are the children of your ancestors who were taken away from these shores 400 years ago. We are the children of your ancestors returning. We have, over the last 400 years, gone through the most awful, treacherous and unbelievable, brutal experience. But we never gave up hope of returning home. And I just want to rise up people like Bookman Doty, a revolutionary who fought against our enslavement on the Caribbean, who was instrumental in rising up Toussaint L'Ouverture and people like Dessalines in Haiti to overthrow the wicked enslavers there. The ones who inspired other revolutionaries to rise up in the Caribbean. I want to rise up people like Sam Sharp, Paul Bogle, Nanny of the Maroons, Taki, and Marcus Messiah Garvey. There are many, many unsung Africans who, when they landed in the Caribbean, didn't give up the fight to return home. There were many Africans who had their legs chopped off, their feet chopped off, for trying to escape and to return back home. There were many Africans who jumped overboard on those ships rather than to be taken as a slave. There were many Africans who fought and decided that they would rather die fighting a free man than live a life as a slave. Well, we are the survivors of those descendants. We are the survivors of those ancestors of yours who were taken away from these shores. It's been a mighty long journey finding our way back home, but we have found our way back home. And in the same way that the ordinary Gambian on the street have been receiving us, we are looking to the legislators, we are looking to the government and the politicians to also equally receive us back home. We are coming back as Africans, but we are also coming back as surveyors, as architects, as builders, as teachers, as business entrepreneurs. We are coming back with our skills, we are coming back with our talents, and we are coming back to share all of that with you all as Gambians. As has been said, we're not coming back to take. When other people of other nationalities come here to the Gambia or any part of Africa, they are coming to exploit. They are coming to take the natural minerals and resources. They are coming to use the land to feed their people. They are coming to do their agriculture here, but it's not so that the people here can eat the food, it's so that their people on their lands can eat the fruits of this land. When our people come here to ship, we don't come here to take the fish away. No, not like some other nationalities do. Come to take your fish from in your seas to feed their people back home. No, that's not what your brothers and sisters are about. That's not what we, the descendants of your ancestors, are about. We are coming back home to support you, our brothers and sisters. 2 days ago, I had the privilege of addressing an audience of journalist students, and tragically, it was a somber mood because one of their students, by the name of Mariama Fati, without telling anyone or speaking to anyone, decided that she was going to pay the traffickers and go the back way. And sadly was one of the 62 or so Gambians that met her demise as a result of trying to go the back way. As has already been said, we are going to be bringing Western technology, Western way of life. If you want that, we can bring it. But you know what? What we're going to be bringing is far superior because it will have an African twist and an African edge to it. We don't want our children and our young people from here having to go the back way. That's not what we want for our people. Fortunately, in that class, by the time I'd finished, they were saying that I had inspired them. There was a young man who said that he was thinking of going the back way. He's no longer going to be going the back way. As a result of the session, he's thinking about what business he's going to be setting up here in the Gambia, because there are a multitude of opportunities here, and those of us coming from the West can see the opportunities, and we want to share that with you all. So we're coming with love, we're coming with peace, we're coming with everything that we've got to offer. The Europeans have had over 400 years to build this country if they wanted to build this country. They've had 400 years to build jobs for you all if they were coming to build jobs for you. They've had over 400 years if they were going to come and make life a better life for you. You've given them a try. Why not give your brothers and sisters from the diaspora the welcome back home that we deserve? When our ancestors were torn from these lands, when your ancestors were torn from these lands, they had land, they had family, they had their roots here. When we were taken to the Caribbean and elsewhere beyond those shores, we were torn away. Our roots were torn up from here and planted around the globe. But there are many of us who never forgot our roots, never forgot the family that we left back home. And from wherever we've been in the world, we've seen your suffering, we've heard your cry. You know, we are here to dispel the myth that the wicked, awful Western media has been portraying of this beautiful continent. And Sister Juliette has been doing an amazing job of dispelling the myth. And there are those of us with YouTube channels who are adding to that as well. Okay, so we're coming to give, we're coming to share. And we're looking to be welcomed back home with the embrace that your ancestors would have expected to get on returning back after a 400-year brutal journey back home. One love, one Mama Africa. We are here to help build and support. One love, family.
Thank you very much. That was a wonderful message.
Well, I certainly hope that you enjoyed that video, and if you did, please share. Also, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the Sista Shanice channel. I would be most grateful if you were to do so, and encourage your family and friends to subscribe as well. So please share, like the video, and subscribe. Feel free to comment as well. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I've had to say. Thank you very much for watching the Sista Shanice Show. One love.